Ayo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy X going at y'all with a brand new video, and in this we'll be doing another splash or pass video. If you guys remembered this one, we did one previously on Hito Turkaloo versus the Pink Diamond Kevin Durant that was out at the time. So if you guys are excited, make sure you guys smash the like button down below. This time we are going to be comparing the Diamond Rudy Fernandez to the Pink Diamond Kobe Bryant because they're both really insane cards, but which one do you go for? Do you save the MT and go with that Diamond Rudy Fernandez, or do you splash and go for that big Pink Diamond Kobe Bryant? We're going to find out in this one. We have a new little video format, so let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments, as well as subscribe if you guys are new, all of that wonderful stuff. So the Diamond Rudy Fernandez, I wanted to go and give you guys a baseline price live while recording this to show you guys what they're going for. So we'll look it up right here. Rudy Fernandez Diamond, I expect him to be somewhere around like 50k MT, which for most cards, that's actually not too bad of a price. You're not really breaking the bank, but he's going to be a super solid card. Yeah, 52, 53k, we'll call it. Okay, maybe not. Maybe that was a cheap one. Maybe we'll call it like a 55k for him. Yeah, we'll call 55k on the Rudy Fernandez. And then for our wonderful Kobe Bryant is in the Pantheon set right here. He is going for, we have about 20 minutes left on this, so we'll say like 450k for the Diamond contract, Diamond Shoe Kobe, which most are. So that's our first price point. Now, if you guys don't know how this series generally works, there's a few things that we have to go through in order to fully do this, and I'll show you guys them on the screen right now. Alright, so on the screen right now is the things you can see we're going to be comparing for these cards between the Kobe Bryant and the Rudy Fernandez. We're going to be first looking at the jump shot on both cards, which one is better, or they're both pretty good, and then giving them a score out of 10 for that. Then we have the dribbling animations. Again, we're going to look and compare each one, going through the crossover, the behind the back, their signature size up, all of those wonderful things, and seeing which one has the better animations. Then we're going to look at their layup package. We're going to look at the tendencies, the badges that each card has, who has the better Hall of Fame badges versus who just has better good badges, and again, ranking all of these out of 10. Then their overall offensive ability, how do I think about the card total on offense after using them, and then overall on defense, how did they play on defense after using them? Can they compete? Are they going to do good? How is it going to be with both of these cards? And I'm going to add one more on here, which is price. The price of both of the cards to show that maybe we should save a little bit of that 450k and go with just Diamond Rudy Fernandez. So without further ado, we're going to first obviously start off with the jump shot and compare the Kobe to the Rudy Fernandez. Now for Rudy Fernandez, we have the jump shot right here. We are missing 2 hot zones on Rudy Fernandez, and we're going to include that into our overall rating of the jump shot for Rudy Fernandez. But overall, you guys can see that Rudy Fernandez has the Curry jump shot base. Now take into account that this actually is only a freestyle of a roster with Rudy Fernandez's exact animation, stats, tendencies, badges, everything like that. It's not the actual Rudy Fernandez card, just because Kobe's a little bit out of my price point, so take that into account. But you guys can see the Curry jump shot going on behind you with Rudy Fernandez on the left, and Kobe will be on the right. Pause until we're done with Fernandez. Now you can see he has the Curry jump shot base, and it actually has the quick release timing on the Curry jump shot base, making it one of the faster releases in the game at this current point in time, which is great. It is wonderful. It's one of the super quick jump shots that I think everybody likes. It's really easy to time with square. It's perfect when you just have that overall, I guess, ability to just spray it from everywhere and do great. Both of these guys do have range extender, which is great. And what's awesome about Rudy Fernandez is he actually has the athletic 3 leaner as well, which maybe isn't your favorite leaner, but it is still a super nice leaner that is great, that is nice, and again will be taken into account with our total, ranking at the end of it. So overall, Rudy Fernandez I think is a great card with an amazing jump shot, and because the Curry jump shot is one of my favorites, I think that quick release timing is amazing on it, and it's just overall great. I'm gonna have to give Rudy a 10 out of 10 for the jump shot. Now for Kobe Bryant, we obviously have the Kobe Bryant jump shot, which, wow, what a shocker. But the Kobe Bryant jump shot is actually one that is super solid. Again, it's one of those very clean, very simple, and very easy to time jump shots, along with having every single hot zone that you could possibly have on the card. it's pretty solid for Kobe. On top of that, we have a super solid leaner, that being the Athletic 2, which is just one of those leaners that you can actually do whatever you really want with, and again, is really easy to time, and it's just one of those ones you can actually get pretty used to, like just the basic normal leaner. It gets you a lot of space, and it's just overall super solid, and just helps everybody out. The one thing that is a little bit hurtful with the Kobe Bryant jump shot is the fact that we only have the normal timing, not the quick, like we would have on a Rudy Fernandez or a few other cards, as it's becoming slightly more common. So overall, it's pretty good for Kobe Bryant with the jump shot. I would have to give it probably a nice 8.5 out of 10. If we had the quick timing, I could probably move it up to 9, but still, overall, there are jumpers that I prefer over the Kobe jump shot, no matter how great itself it is. Now, when it comes to our dribbling animations for Rudy Fernandez, this is where it gets a little bit what you like. Now, overall, Rudy Fernandez has some really great dribbling animations, but the best of which is his moving behind the back, which you can see is the Magic Johnson moving behind the back, and is super cheesy, super clean, and super nice. It's one of the best behind the backs in the entire game. It used to be tied with Pro 5 and Pro 6, but now I'm gonna have to give the benefit to Pro 3, and that gives a huge boost to Rudy Fernandez. With all of our other dribbling animations, we do have a pretty solid moving cross, although you can see that it is a little bit slow. It doesn't give you all of the boosts that you actually want. It's good, but it's not amazing. So that is definitely a bit of an L for Fernandez. He also has the slasher dribble style, which isn't anything too fancy. It just kind of changes a little bit how he dribbles around, and it's actually super solid. It's super nice. He has a decent moving spin and just spin in general, but again, it's probably not something that you'll use too much with Rudy Fernandez. The big things are those crossovers, the behind the back, and lastly, his size up package, which you can see is Pro 1, a pretty solid one with a nice behind the back. It's not the Curry slide, it's not anything amazing, but it still is a pretty solid behind the back to use that I do tend to like over others. So when it comes to dribbling animations, I think I'm going to give Rudy Fernandez an 8 out of 10. Obviously, love the Pro 3, but the crossover and the fact that we don't have the Curry slide is a little bit of a hurt. So it's good, but it's not amazing. Next up, we have the dribbling animations for Kobe. These ones being, again, very similar to that of Rudy Fernandez, with having the Pro 1 for his moving cross and essentially everything else with his dribbling animations. It's pretty much Pro 1 or Pro 5 across the board. For his crossover, it is still Pro 1. It's not a great one, but it's definitely an okay cross. Again, like we saw with Rudy Fernandez, it's an okay one. It gets you some decent speed, but it's definitely not fast by any means. It kind of just gets the job done and does what you need it to. Also has the Pro 1 for his size up, so we're going to be seeing the hop around with Kobe, which again is good, but it still is no Curry slide, so definitely a negative. And then with the behind the back, we do have a Pro 1 behind the back, which just is not a behind the back again that I think I quite like. It is okay. It does get some speed, it is pretty quick, but it still isn't amazing, and definitely isn't as good as the Pro 3 that we have on Rudy Fernandez. So I like it. I think I'm going to have to give Kobe's dribbling animations overall an 8 out of 10. Next up, we have the layup package for Rudy Fernandez, which is going to be the long athlete layup package. You guys can see the long athlete layup package still, in my opinion, is the best layup package in the game. I'm showing you a demonstration of a few of the layup packages that he does have and will be using when you end up using this card, and they're all super solid and super nice. They get to the basket basically very easy, very slickly, and for most cards, you're laying it in almost as if you were taking a dunk, which is actually pretty great. It's the Giannis layup package for anybody that hasn't used it that consistently. It's great, it's wonderful, and I don't think you really could get any better than this long athlete layup package. So for that, we're going to be giving Rudy a 10 out of 10 for his layup animations. Next up, we have the layup animations for, or the layup package for Kobe Bryant. This one being default swing on Kobe Bryant. A pretty solid, again, overall layup package. You can see it has some pretty nice animations, but doesn't get you those really long swooping out or very close to the basket layups like the long athlete layup package does. Default swing is still very good. It's still very nice. It's definitely a layup package that I like, and I feel like this year, more so than every other year, There isn't one layup package that jumps out as being insanely better than the other. There definitely is a best, like we said with Long Athlete, but overall default swing is still very solid, it's still very good, so overall we can give it a solid 9 out of 10. Next up, we have the tendencies for Rudy Fernandez, and there's really only two that we really are concerned about. First are the inside tendencies for Rudy Fernandez. We have a 100 driving dunk tendency and a 100 flashy dunk tendency, also a 75 alley-oop. All of those are really solid. He has a low standing dunk tendency, obviously, but that's really not one that I think is too big of a deal. It'll be fine. Not taking standing dunks for Rudy Fernandez because his animation, or just stats in general, aren't really that high, but the 100 driving dunk tendency, 100 flashy dunk is going to be amazing. You're going to be able to get a lot of dunks with that, and he has some great dunking packages as well, which are really going to give you a lot of effort out there. The other one that we're going to be looking at is the defensive tendencies right here, which have a 85 pass interception, a 60 take charge, and an 85 on-ball steal. Now, I don't love the fact that Rudy is missing the contest shot. It's a little bit tough. I love that he has a low foul and hard foul tendency, but the fact that we don't have a contest shot is a little bit tough for me. And sometimes you can feel the negating part of that. But the 85 on ball steal is pretty nice. A decent 60 take charge, nice as well. And pass perception is really good as well. So overall, I think I'm going to give Rudy a 6.5 out of 10. It's good. But again, there's a few things that I think are a little bit lacking that I would like to be changed a little bit. Next up, we have the tendencies on Kobe Bryant. Obviously, again, we are looking at the finishing and the defensive tendencies. For our inside tendencies, we have a 70 standing dunk on Kobe. A little bit more important because we do have a slightly higher standing dunk, but again, we don't really need it. We have a 100 flashy dunk and a 100 driving dunk tendency, both of which are awesome for a guard that has such a high dunking and even has a 75 in his alley-oop and 70 in his putback dunk for Kobe Bryant. So inside tendencies are looking amazing on Kobe. For the defensive tendencies, we have a 90 pass interception, a 95 on-ball steal, and a 90 contest shot with a 5 foul and 5 hard foul. The only thing that's a little bit lacking, I guess, if we wanted to nitpick, was maybe take charge, but I find the charges this year to be a little bit annoying, especially on next gen. So overall, I think as far as tendencies go, I can give this Kobe Bryant an easy 10 out of 10 on the tendencies. Basically the best that we could have in the game. Very, very little that you could improve on based off of the stats that he has. Now, next up is the badges for Rudy Fernandez. First off, we have all of his finishing badges. You guys can see them on the screen. He has Hall of Fame Acrobat, Fearless Finisher, Highlight Film, Posterizer, Ancillary Finisher, a few gold with Giant Slayer and Lob City, which is really great. Honestly, some of the better ones to have on there. A few that we're missing, like Pro Touch, but for the most part, we do have a lot. Then when it comes to our shooting badges, you can see on Rudy Fernandez, again, a huge batch of shooting badges that I absolutely love. The only one that I feel like he is missing is probably Deadeye. We don't really need set shooter because we have catch and shoot with some other nice things, and that would just make it even better. But it's already amazing as it is. We have the deep threes that we need. We have difficult shots. We have Hot Zone Hunter, Green Machine, Sniper, catch and shoot. Wonderful badges. Really insane shooting ones there. And then when it comes to playmaking, again, we have a bunch of super solid badges, including Hall of Fame Quick First Step, and everything but Dimer and Floor General, which he lacks, are all there on gold, which again, amazing. And lastly is defensive badges on Rudy Fernandez. We have Clamps, Pick Dodger, Pickpocket, Rebound Chaser even, all on gold, which is great. It is amazing, and it makes this Rudy Fernandez overall a demon. I love this Rudy Fernandez, and I think he does everything super, super well. Obviously, we could have some more Hall of Fame badges, like having a Hall of Fame Deep Threes, Hall of Fame Range Extender, which are the same thing. Difficult shots, Sniper, things like that could be great and would be awesome additions onto Rudy. So, because of that, I think as far as gold badges and sheerly just having a lot of badges goes, he has it great, but 9 out of 10 because we could have a few more Hall of Fame that would really make him that next level of overpowered. Next up, we have the badges for Kobe Bryant. These ones are obviously going to be a little bit speculative and a little bit just based off of what you like, but you can see for our finishing badges, we do have 3 of them Hall of Fame. Acrobat, Fancy Footwork, and Fast Break Finisher. Also a few gold with Contact, Relentless, and things like that. But obviously those are on current gen. For our next gen ones, it's just looking like Hall of Fame Acrobat, Highlight Film, Gold Fearless, Gold Posterizer, and a few silver, which are good. For his shooting badges, we have, again, some nice Hall of Fame ones. We have Clutch Shooter, Deadeye, Sniper, Childish Shooter, and Volume Shooter. Very good Hall of Fame badges, but still we would want a few more like difficult shots and deep threes, but for the gold badges, we have basically everything we would want. The three that we are missing is blinders, ice and veins, and set shooter. Blinders would be a great badge to have. It's definitely a solid one, and both of these cards are missing it, so I can't really take it away too much. We have deep threes, we have difficult shots, and hot 100 all on gold, which is great. Overall, shooting is amazing. Then when it comes to our playmaking badges, we have, again, basically everything we need. Sadly, we are missing a few compared to that of Rudy Fernandez, but overall, they're still very, very, very good. They're looking solid. They're looking nice. And then for our defensive ones, we do have Hall of Fame Clamps, Intimidator, Off-Ball Pest, Pogo Stick, and Tireless Defender. And again, great gold badges. Ankle Braces, Pick Dodger, Hot Stop, Defensive Leader, Trapper. Some really good ones. Again, we have some amazing ones, but we are missing a few badges that we would like to have Hall of Fame. Like, we would like, to have downhill at least a little bit on our Kobe for our playmaking. We would love Hall of Fame deep threes. We would love Hall of Fame difficult shots. Overall, super solid, but as far as badges go for these two cards, I think Kobe easily can get a 9.5 out of 10 as far as badges go. Then lastly, we do have the overall offense that Rudy Fernandez is going to have, and overall, I actually think that this Rudy Fernandez plays some of the best offense that I've ever had a card do. Rudy Fernandez just comes out there, he hits all of the threes that you would possibly want with a super smooth, super easy to time jump shot. We have a great layup package which allows him to just slip through everything along with his Hall of Fame celebrity finisher, and then he dunks on everybody as well with some of the most insane dunking animations, tendencies, and everything that I've seen on a card. And overall, I think this Rudy Fernandez really is just one of the top cards, especially as a diamond in the game offensively. If I had to give a rating of purely just using the card and how I feel about it, this Rudy Fernandez easily gets a 10 out of 10 for overall offensive ability when I've used him in games. I've had so many rage quits that he's forced. It has been amazing. Rudy Fernandez is a beast. Now, when it comes to overall offensive ability, again, I really don't think that there's too much better than you can go than this Kobe Bryant. Having all of these amazing offensive tools in his arsenal, we're missing a few things like downhill that can make us just a little bit quicker, but we have an amazing jump shot that really helps us green everything. We have a super solid off dribble that allows us to, again, get that space, use that blinders if we add it to our advantage, and really take those nice off dribble shots that are oh so cheesy in next gen on 2K. We also can get to the basket like a maniac and dunk on everybody's forehead, which obviously, why wouldn't you want to do that? Some great dribbling animations, although not the most insane, but still very, very good. A good layup package and just good everything overall for Kobe. So again, like Rudy Fernandez, we are going to be giving Kobe an easy 10 out of 10 for his animations and overall offensive ability. He just feels great. He feels smooth. And again, there's not too many cards that can feel this great just all around on the offensive end. And last but not least is the overall defense on Rudy Fernandez. Rudy Fernandez is a good defender. He does everything great. I love to even call him Curry Fernandez because it's great offense. And on defense, I think he still provides a lot of really solid matchups and a lot of really solid just overall defensive ability, being 6'6" and playing at the 2 guard. I love the fact that he's got basically all of the defensive badges that I would want. We're missing a little bit of an intimidator, which again, it's tough. Wish he had a few more, but overall on defense, I think he's a solid 8 out of 10. He's never been an amazing defender that locks everybody down like a Dwayne Wade, an Andre Karolinko, or even like a Kawhi is going to be when he comes out, but still plays good defense, still does what I want, and overall, I don't find myself needing more on the defensive end with Rudy Fernandez. He gets the job done. Then when it comes to overall defensive ability, this Kobe Bryant, again, comes out swinging with it. We have Hall of Fame Intimidator and Hall of Fame Clamps. Again, two of the best badges in the game. Pogo Stick is great to have. Off-Ball Pest, again, great to have. Overall is amazing, and this Kobe Bryant is a nightmare to try and score on. He just does everything really well that you would want, and I think overall for a 2 guard, there really isn't too much better that you could get from your shooting guard. So overall, a 9 out of 10 I think is super solid for this Kobe Bryant. Plays great defense, kind of blows you away at times, but obviously the taller shooting guards that eventually will come into the game will probably play a little bit better defense. We could have a few more things on Hall of Fame that could help a little bit, like Heart Crusher, Clutch Defender, Defensive Leader, things like that to help everybody else out on the court. But overall, I think this Kobe Bryant is insane, and 9 out of 10 fits him very well. Lastly is the price for Rudy Fernandez, which we covered earlier, to be 55,000 MT. Decent price and overall pretty solid. Lastly, for Kobe Bryant, we have his price, which we came out to be 450,000 MT on him which is a pretty hefty amount. Now, obviously, we've gone through and done all of the rankings for every single one, so now we can add up the totals, which is going to be a 61.5 for Rudy Fernandez and a 64.5 for Kobe Bryant. So only a 3-point of difference for 400K difference in price. So if I had to be honest, I think your best bet is to splash with the Rudy Fernandez and not go with the Pink Diamond Kobe Bryant, just because so much more bang for your buck. And with personal experience of both of these cards, I think it is great to go with either option. If you have the MT, you really want Kobe because, I mean, who wouldn't? You could definitely go ahead and pick him up. But if you're definitely on the more budget end and you have to make a few decisions on who you want on your squad and who to actually spend the MT on, Rudy is definitely your guy. Make sure you guys like the video, guys. Did enjoy this little in-depth analysis between the two cards on whether you should. And if you do want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that like button and comment down below what cards you guys want to see a comparison on. I'm going to try to get these out a little bit more consistently. Make sure you guys subscribe if you guys are new. We are on the road to 10K subscribers. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see y'all in the next video.